Hello, people that in that house are doing. So today I just want to get something on my mind. I've been thinking about this. So yeah, this is kind of my kind of motto. I've said it probably a lot of times before, but my motto kind of in life, because I see life in a different way than probably a good lot of other people. Because obviously all the things we're through in life, obviously, especially with suicide and what's that, you kind of appreciate it more, and you kind of appreciate your fellow citizens a lot more. You'd appreciate your fellow human beings, in other words. Um, that's the thing. I try and be friends with everybody. I don't try and make enemies. I always try and be friends with. I always try and see reason with people. I always try and be fair with people. I always do be fair with people. I'm always extremely fair. Like beyond fair was not the word. Fair was not the word to use. Extremely fair. Um, because I'm always giving people the benefit of the doubt. Because I always do. I'm one of them type of people. Give even when the person on the street, I always give them a chance. I always give them a chance. Um, and it's the same. It's the same thing. I never want to argue with anybody. I don't want to fight with anybody because to me, and it's just to me, it doesn't really achieve anything. Like especially at this time. Fighting to me, like when I was young, you fought over very stupid things. I even think about some things I thought of was just stupid when I was young. Um, it was waste of energy and waste of breath to fight with people over simple things that could have been sorted. Like these are the most basic things you could have fought over. Um, and it's just basically what I'm trying to say is, try and make friends and don't try and make enemies. Having that hatred towards somebody, having that grievance is the word with somebody. Like I have grievances with the government. I might as well say straight, and you don't want to fight with people. Like God knows, I don't want to fight with people. Um, I'm not. That's not the type of me. I don't want to fight with people. As I said, I always try to see reason with people. I always try and reason with people. And negotiate with people and talk to people. But some people in life are very, very hard to talk to. Very, I can tick of a few occasions when I was younger. Um, some of them just don't listen and don't want to, just want to argue for the sake of arguing. And when this is somebody that just went through a young life and went through a life in the 20th, you're going into the 24th century. That it doesn't, arguing doesn't help. It's something that doesn't help anybody, and it just causes more distress, more upset, more hatred. And hatred left unchecked leads to violence. Like obviously you do have to stand up for yourself, and I say that straight. You do have to stand up for yourself now and again. Somebody's bullying. Let's just say somebody's bullying you, for money or for God knows what. You always have to stand up for yourself, of course. But like I see these fights even when I was even when I'm in secondary school. It's very, very things that could be sorted out in a minute. Could be sorted out in 3 minutes if people just sat down and talked and said, "What? A pen's a pen, a piece of paper is a piece of paper, a flag's a flag, a phone's a phone, a door's a door, Michael Higgins is a clown." But then again, right? Just like you see, sometimes my head just doesn't want to be poetic. Me trying to be poetic, definitely. But anyway, back to pleasant topics. It's just life. Life is so precious. Um, and it's not worth fighting with your fellow people. It's not worth making enemies. Like, people find it hard day to day life. Trying to make ends meet, trying to make the bills, trying to survive above all. It's very, very hard, very difficult. So I'm just saying to people, and I say it to people, and this is for every day of the year, try and be friends with people. Like, there is some people out there who intentionally, go out and cause harm. And by God, I met a few buddies and I met a few people in my time. But, you don't let them get to you. You don't let them annoy you. And I wouldn't even classify these people. I suppose even if they came to me today, like some of the people who bullied me when I was younger, would call me names, would call me different things and different things. Still to this day, I hear them out. Suppose that if they came to me with a problem, I hear them out. Suppose that I hear them out and listen to them. I wouldn't just straight away say, "Oh, I'm not listening to you," because as a politician and as a political activist, you have to hear people out. You represent the people. You're not supposed to say, "Oh, I don't care for you because you done this, that, and the other." You're supposed to be fair to everybody. You're supposed to be serving the public. But yeah, that's just me. I know a lot of people probably say, fighting's a good thing, and fighting, standing up for yourself is a good thing. I know a lot of people probably say, standing up for yourself is a good thing, and it is a good thing, of course it is. But fighting with people, I always try and make friends. As simple as that. I always try and make friends. Never try and make enemies. Which I think is always obviously the good way to go, because I don't intentionally go out to cause harm or cause annoyance to anybody. As I said, I always try and be fair. That's the one thing about me. I'm very, very fair. But if you push me, then you're not gonna have a good time. But I suppose that's what everybody has their limits. But yeah, just saying that to people. Yeah, because I probably said it before, but yeah, try and make friends, especially now. Especially with the lockdown, you look back on life and you think, like, was I right in saying that? Was I right in doing that to that person? Was I justified in doing that? And thankfully I can look back and I can say, I can put it on the record too now. That I look back now. I looked over the last 3 years. I made mistakes. A few times I made mistakes. Of course I did. We are human beings and make huge amounts of mistakes every year. And it seems we make them. We don't. We have them. We can learn again. Like for example, very stupid mistake I done this year. Actually, no, last year. It was the end of last year. I didn't talk about it, but I left the front door open, right, in my house. And the way that when you leave the two, and the back door was open too. And I don't know what happened, but it must have been a gust of wind and just slammed the door. And put a bit of a crack along the door. I don't know why it went. It must have been hit extremely hard with the wind. Because it just slammed. And there was a huge crack, like, in the set door of it. I don't know how, it was near the handle, and it was very weird. But yeah, you learn from mistakes. Like I learned, because I was going out doing something in the shed, because I was obviously getting some tourists for Tidy Towns, and I was putting them at the foot door. I just wasn't thinking that there was slam and it was that windy. But yeah, you see, you learn from a mistake. I learned from that mistake. See, that's what life's all about. You live and you learn. That's the thing. So yeah, just say to people, make friends, not enemies. Because the more friends you make, the more help you can get. Simple as. So please take care and be safe out there, and bye.